Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it has been a good minute since you guys seen my face, but I'm back with another video on this cute little smoky eye moment. And as you could tell from the caption, I'm using everything that came in my August BoxyCharm box. Go look at that video to see what I got in that box. So I'm using every single product that I got in that box on my face. And yeah, I'm starting a new series on using everything that I got on a look, so you guys can see how everything works and my honest opinion about it. And in this video, I'm doing a story time about how I tore my ACL and my progress and my surgery and everything like that. So hopefully you stick around for this whole video and see how that all happened and how I'm doing now. And yeah, I really like how this came out. Super cute. It's nice and classy, but still not too much, if you know what I mean. If you don't like too much color, and if you guys like the smoky eye look, then this is perfect. It's super easy, super quick. And yeah, you guys let me know in the comments on what you guys want to see next and how you guys like these products that I used and this look. And don't forget to go follow me on Instagram. That's CheetahhPearl with 2 H's. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna get straight into it. As you can see, I have my eyes primed already and my eyebrows are microbladed, so I just really outline the bottom and then just fill in a little bit of where it needs to be filled in until I can get a touch-up. But I don't have to do my eyebrows really at all. And to do that, I just use this Hourglass brow arch. I use this Hourglass pencil in dark brunette. And yeah, so it's perfect. I got that in my BoxyCharm as well last month. So yeah, let's get started. I'm gonna do my eyes with the Teddy Boy palette by Butter London, and it is a darker toned palette. Looks like this. So okay, so we're gonna do a smoky eye moment. We're gonna do a smoky eye moment. So I'm gonna use this Morphe brush that came in the collection that I just got. And I'm gonna go straight into this darkest color in this palette, and it's called Rupert. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that, super pigmented, and I'm going to just put this in the corner of my eye right here. So I think I'm gonna tell you guys a little story about how I tore my ACL and tore my meniscus at the same time. So I'm gonna do a little story time on that and just try to keep up with what I'm doing. And I'm gonna be telling you guys what products I'm using at the same time. So as you can see, I started on this eye already, and I just went into that Rupert color in the palette, and I just tapped it right along the side, not too much. It's gonna be a soft little smoky eye. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So about 4 years ago, 2016 is when it all started. And I remember the exact day, October 11th, 2016. I went to a golf tournament because I was working a golf tournament, and they hire these sexy caddy girls for the golfers who drive the caddy around, the golf cart around, and you know, pick up the clubs and get the golf balls, and they tip you really well. And it's like really rich golfers basically, and you just entertain them. There's open bar, there's a lot, when you go around the golf course, there's obstacle courses, there's food trucks, everything that you can think of. Super fun. So I went, and it was all fun and games until it wasn't. Basically. Now I'm gonna go into Gram, which is this brown shade right here, and just sort of blend that out into the black, so I just don't have a shade of black right there on my eye. So I'm at this golf tournament being a cute little catty girl, and we decide, it's me, three other guys in our group, and we're having so much fun, drinking, doing what we do. The guys are playing golf, it's all fun. We stop at this obstacle course where, if you guys remember like the jump houses when you were little, they'd be at all the birthday parties. It was one of those. So we get in, we're bouncing around, we're jumping, we're all being big ass kids knowing we're too big to be in there. And we're pushing each other around, and one of the girls who were there kind of pushed into me. She didn't really push me, she kind of just like fell over onto me because we were all jumping, we're kind of tipsy and everything. So once she pushed into me, I don't know what happened, but my knee gave out on my right side, my right knee, and I felt it, and I heard a huge just pop, and I kind of fell over, and I kind of blacked out because it just hit me so hard, and it just hurt so bad. Next thing I know, I'm getting carried out of the thing. Everybody's like, are you okay? Are you okay? All this stuff, and I'm just like, oh my God, lightheaded and everything. I never felt like a pain like this. So now I'm gonna use this Supreme Nudes palette. Looks like that. And I'm going into the shade Nudist right here. And I'm going to just blend it out on top a little bit so it's not too dark. So at the time, I'm not really understanding what's happening. I didn't know what was going on with my leg. All I knew, it was my knee was super swollen and I could not walk on it. It hurt so bad. So basically I'm in pain. I'm not really sure what's going on. I continue the day out, get paid, go about my business. Go home, go to sleep, wake up the next morning like something's really wrong. I can't walk. My knee is still really swollen and something is wrong. So I go to the hospital, go to the ER basically. They do an x-ray. They tell me that I have fluid in my knee, but that's all they can tell me from the x-ray. So that's all they tell me from the x-ray. They can't really do anything else. They recommend that I go to an orthopedics, which is a sports doctor who specializes in torn ACLs, broken back, shoulders, hands, feet, ankles, all that. So now we are going to fake cut crease. If you see my other videos, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and yeah. So I'm gonna use a concealer brush, looks like this. And I'm going to use my e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in the shade Medium Sand. So it's a little bit lighter. And I'm just gonna dab my brush onto the concealer so a little bit gets on there. And I'm gonna start in the corner, and I'm just gonna start tapping the concealer so we can fake cut the crease. So yeah, back to my story. So they tell me that, they tell me I have fluid in my knee. Basically, it will go away on its own, and they put my leg in a cast. well, they give me a cast to put on, basically like a brace. So I wear that to keep my legs straight, and then the next day I go to orthopedics. They tell me they don't do any x-rays or anything. The doctor basically feels my knee to where it hurts, and he says, yes, you have a small tear in your ACL. To me, I'm just like, okay, what do I do from here? My mom had a torn ACL, and I remember she had to go through surgery, all that, and I was like kind of terrified, like, oh damn, like I hope I don't have to do surgery, all this. And yeah, so basically they said you might have to do surgery. It's a small tear at this point, so come back and we'll figure everything out. Me, 4 years ago, I go home, sleep it off, walk it off. In the next week or so, I'm back fine. My knee, I can walk on it. It's not swollen. I can still work. I can wear high heels, everything. So now I'm gonna use this other brush that I got in the Morphe set. It's a flat brush, and I am going to go into this shade right here called Archie. It's kind of like a shimmer shade, like a white shimmer shade. I'm just gonna dab that right on the place I put the concealer. And then I'm just gonna blend it out in the middle so it's not too just a harsh line right in the middle. And I'm gonna go in with the Graham Brown, and I'm just gonna swipe this over like that, so it's a nice transition into that black. And we're gonna stop right there on our eyes, and we're gonna move on to our face. Primer. I'm gonna put about that much. Of course, I'm gonna go on my Smashbox foundation, our Studio Skin Full Coverage 24-Hour Foundation in this shade Skin Tone Medium, Undertone Neutral Olive. So like I said, I go on about my business. My knee feels better to me, even though it's not completely healed. I just feel like it feels better because I can walk normal again. It's not swollen. I can wear heels, I can go to work, all that good stuff. So I kind of basically not forgot about it, but didn't do anything about the situation, which was not a good idea on my part. Now I'm gonna go in with the Too Faced concealer, Born This Way Conceal Warm Beige is the shade. So I'm going to use this concealer to do its purpose, basically conceal, and then I'm going to go in with a lighter shade to brighten. So I'm going to use this for right here only. I'm going to go in with my concealer brush and start to blend that out. Look at that. So basically, I'm living my life back to normal, not really being careful about what I really do with my knee or anything. I'm working, doing all that, and about 6 months later, so 2017, I'm at work, and basically my knee gives out of nowhere. My knee gives out, my right knee, so my ACL tears a little bit more than it did the last time. So again, I'm back home a week, my knee's swollen, can't work, can't walk on it, anything. After that week goes by, this goes back to normal. So, oh my god, I love this concealer. So now I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. 16-hour camo concealer. This one's brighter, so I'm gonna go under my eyes where I did before. But I'm gonna do a little bit less. So I'm gonna do one little swipe, just like that. I'm gonna do my nose where I contour. Just like that. So we're all blended out, looking good. Now we're going to contour. I'm gonna use my Wet n Wild stick. So, where was I? So yeah, my knee gives out, goes back to normal. This keeps happening for the next 3 years, basically. Every once or twice a year, I can be doing something so simple as vacuuming and my knee would give out. So every time I was doing that, my ACL was tearing little bit more than it was from the beginning. So yeah, for the next 3 years, this is what I was dealing with. Setting powder in the letter C. My wet beauty blender. So this is how we look. A little crazy, but y'all get the idea. So yeah, so I'm doing this for about 3 years. My knee keeps popping out, going back to normal. I'm not really doing anything about it. Fast forward to 2020, around when quarantine starts. The end of March, beginning of April. One morning, me and my family, we decided to go for a walk on a trail that's near my house where people go on walks, walk their dogs, all that good stuff. So before we even leave the house, my man is like, you should not go on this walk because I just have a bad feeling. It's just, I don't think you should go because your knee, right? And me being just so hard-headed, I'm like, it's fine, my knee hasn't popped out in a while. We're just going for a walk. I walk around all day. Why can't I walk on a trail, right? So he's like, okay. So we get to the trail by my house and I have my running shoes on. I'm ready for this walk. Right before we start, we all decide to stretch. So I just added a liner to the look, and of course I use the big fat liner. I use the big fat liner pen that I just got in my BoxyCharm, and it works really good. As you can see, I got that sharp point that I always get, and yeah, so it's coming out super cute. And now I'm going to add my Vegas nail lashes. So back to my story. So like I was saying, right before we started the walk, we all stopped to stretch, and as soon as I did a lunge to stretch my leg, my knee made this loud pop sound, the loudest I've ever heard it, and I fell over. And I was in so much pain. As soon as I hit the floor, it hurt so bad. Like I was crying, everything. It was just a nightmare. So I'm on the floor crying. My man picks me up, carries me to the car. I'm crying my eyes out, takes me home. I'm like, this is the worst pain I ever felt. I can't, my leg was like, so this is my leg. My leg, this is my knee. My leg was stuck like this. I could not bend it. I could not bend it all the way back. It was just locked like this, which that's never happened before. So I try to sleep it off, wake up, like, you know how I've been doing it for the past 4 years. Sleep it off, wake up, it's super swollen, and my knee's still stuck like this. I can't put any weight on it. I tried, it was hurting too bad. I'm like, I have to go to the doctor. Okay. So I'm gonna add a little bit of this Milani blush. And it's luminous, so kind of acts like a highlighter and a blush. So I'm just gonna add a little bit for a little color. Put a little bit across my nose. Just like that. And I'm gonna use my Artist Couture Illuminati highlighter. Ooh. Y'all, look at that. Now we are going to do the lip. And I'll be right back. Okay, so we're at the end of the look. So we're just gonna do the lips. And I got this 6-piece mini crayon set from Tristique. So I'm going to use, I think I'm gonna try to use this Nantucket Nude, which looks super cute. So I am gonna use a brown liner, and then I'm gonna use this. So we're at the end of our story. So yeah, like I was saying, I tried everything, nothing was working. So I'm like, I have to go to the doctor because my knee feels totally different. Never felt like this much pain. It won't go back to normal. I can't bend it. My knee is locked like this. Crazy. So I go to an orthopedic. They do x-ray. They say my ACL is completely gone, and now my meniscus is torn. So basically I had a bucket tear meniscus problem. So if you Google it, your meniscus is supposed to be on one side. Mine was flipped over like a bucket handle tear, that's what it's called. So it was flipped over and it was on the wrong side. So for the past 4 years, at first I tore my ACL. The more every year when it popped out of place and stuff, I was tearing my meniscus at the same time. So I didn't know that. So yeah, so right now I'm using the NYX matte lip liner in Downtown Beauty. This is my go-to lip liner. I love this lip liner. So it should look something like this, a nice little rough draft. Now I'm gonna go on with the lip crayon. Looks like this. They're super mini, so they can fit in any type of purse that you have or anything. So I'm just gonna go in the middle of this and start blending it out how I like it. So I'm at the doctor. They're telling me all this stuff about my knee. I'm on crutches at this point because I can't put any weight on it. They say I need surgery right away. So basically we scheduled the surgery April 27th at 6 a.m. and it's April 27th. I go in for my surgery. It cost, I'm not even gonna tell you the cost of an ACL reconstructive surgery. It's ridiculous. But basically I had to get a graft or a cadaver, which means I have a dead person's ACL ligament in my knee. And then they sewed up my meniscus and put it back in place. And now we're 4 months out and I'm doing physical therapy 3 times a week. And yeah, I had to be on crutches for about a month after my surgery, and that was like the worst pain I ever felt. And oh my god, I love this already. And this is the final look. So yeah, I love how this came out. So to the end of my story, I am back walking, I am back bending and straightening my knee, and I still have a long way to go. I can't run, like sprint running till about my 6th or 7th month out. But I went to the doctors about last week, and they told me that I can start jogging, but I haven't yet. I'm still a little bit nervous because every day my knee kind of hurts. It kind of has a little pain if I'm standing too much, if I'm walking around too much in a day. It does kind of bother me at night when I'm trying to go to bed. But day by day, I'm getting stronger and stronger, and I'm still in physical therapy. I go to the gym, I work on it on my own, and I'm proud of how far I've gotten so far. And it's the perfect time, not the perfect time, but the perfect time to have gotten this surgery, since I'm not working right now. So I don't have to worry about that, and we're in quarantine, so I can just work on getting that back to normal. And yeah, so that's my story. If you guys gotten this far in the video and heard the whole thing, thank you guys for watching. And I love how this came out. I love all the products. These crayons are my favorite so far. I love the palette. I love the concealer. I love everything. So yeah. Tell me guys what you think, and tell me if you guys like this series that I'm starting, where I use everything in the box, so you guys know that it's not just a fluke, or that I'm just having all this stuff that I don't use. But yeah, tell me guys what you think, and if you guys want more of these. And make sure you subscribe to my channel, make sure you comment, make sure you like, and yeah. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.